was a census conducted throughout Virginia. As a result of the census that has now been collected and the data collected, it's time for this General Assembly to redistrict the Commonwealth of Virginia. Not only do we redistrict the House of Delegate seats, but we also redistrict the state Senate seats and also the congressional seats. And so within the various committees that operate within the General Assembly, the maps will ultimately be redrawn reflecting the shift in population throughout Virginia. Of course, one of the things that's happened within Virginia is we've grown. We're now over 8 million people in Virginia. With 40 senators, each of the senators is obviously going to represent about 200,000 people, and the House of Delegates are going to represent about 80,000 people within that mix. And so what we now go through is based on where people live, we redesign those seats and redesign those districts. And what we've seen in Virginia, should be no surprise, is that Loudoun County and Prince William County and those areas in the suburbs of Washington, D.C. have grown dramatically in the past 10 years. Certain areas in Virginia have actually lost population, particularly Southside Virginia and Southwest Virginia. And some areas of the state have been basically stagnant in terms of their population growth, and that would include Hampton Roads, which has grown, but grown very, very small, in very small proportion to the rest of the, particularly Northern Virginia. And so as we go through there, requiring that each of the new districts, regardless if they be House of Delegates, Senate, or congressional districts, have to have basically the same population. So what that means is, as the maps are redrawn, is that areas of the state that have lost population will lose representation. Areas that have gained will obviously gain more representation in the various legislative bodies. And those that are stagnant will probably lose also because the state as a whole has grown. And in Hampton Roads, where I'm from, what we've seen is basically a stagnant population growth. We obviously are going to lose the House of Delegates seat, hopefully just one. We're in danger of losing a state Senate seat, which means less representation on behalf of the Hampton Roads area, regardless of your political affiliation. And Northern Virginia will gain at least one state Senate seat, perhaps another, and several House of Delegates seats as the maps are redrawn. That brings up a lot of interesting scenarios this year. We're not going to be sure what those districts actually look like until very late in the year, perhaps as late as July or August. It means they're going to be very compressed campaigns. It means there'll be opportunities for candidates who might not know they're being in an open seat or a new seat, to those that considered running for office, to run for office. And so I would ask you all to stay attuned to it. It's going to be very, very interesting next couple of months as we go through the redistricting process. And if you're politically inclined and perhaps thinking about running for office, this is an opportunity to do that. And to give you a reflection on that, it was 20 years ago. It was 1991 that I decided to run based on redistricting because Virginia Beach had grown, and I had a new House of Delegates seat I could run in, and won that seat. And so, you know, this is a great time if you're politically active and thinking about running, or certainly know somebody you would really support. This is a great opportunity. Stay abreast to it. It's going to be a very, very interesting next 6 months as we go through the redistricting process.